Good evening, Dean College. I'm George Hathaway.
And I'm Austin DeCouta, and welcome back to this week's episode of Terrific Top Plays, where we are going to look at Tom Brady's best moments of his career. Starting out with number 5, we turn back the clock to 2007, where a young TB12 is in Pittsburgh. Brady fires it to Randy Moss, who stumbles and drops the ball, throws it back to Tom, and then Brady fires it 56 yards to Jabbar Gaffney to stun the Steelers, George. One of the early moments in that first 10 years of his career, but one that lives on.
Yeah, and Brady just in 2007 was just a different, he was just inhuman, really. And that connection with him and Randy Moss, even though he didn't have the touchdown there, it just lived on that entire year.
And crazy to think that was 15 years ago already.
Sheesh. And at number 4, in 2016, in his home state of California, Tom Brady and the Patriots are playing the San Francisco 49ers. And with the pressure coming from behind, Brady can squeeze his way out of trouble to pass it off to Malcolm Mitchell for 56 yards. And Austin, another 56-yard play from Tom Brady, but he's not really a mobile quarterback. He just really, when the pressure's on him, he kind of just drops sometimes, but he was able to really use his legs there and get out of trouble and get a touchdown out of it.
Yeah, you said it. He's not the quickest guy, but he knows that pocket better than any other quarterback in NFL history. He knows when to step up, when to step to the side, and he just seems to have that third eye in the back of his head to figure out where the pressure's coming from. And at number 3, we have a classic Tom Brady performance. Down 27-23 against Drew Brees and the Saints, Tom caps it off with his 4th and 4 play with the game on the line. He fires it all the way to the end zone to Kenbrell Tompkins for the touchdown and to win the game. One of the legendary plays in that fourth quarter game-winning drive for Tom.
Yeah, that's all. We could do a whole terrific top plays on just Tom Brady game-winning drives. There's so many of them to really look at, but that one comes at a very pivotal moment as well. And at number 2, the Patriots are at home in the AFC Championship game against the Jaguars. At the 4-yard line, Brady throws a dart to Danny Amendola in the back of the end zone, and Danny Amendola toe taps his way for the touchdown, and the Patriots win the game. Another game-winning drive from Tom Brady, and that comes in the AFC Championship game against the Jacksonville Jaguars, who haven't been good since then.
Yeah, that was the peak of the Jaguars' existence,
Pretty
as
much.
an organization. They haven't done anything since. They didn't really do much before, but that one play, Tom Brady ended all their hopes and sent the Jaguars home. And at number 1, not necessarily a play, but a moment from Tom Brady's career. The year is 2001, and Tom Brady wins his first Super Bowl. With the game tied, Brady would drive down the field to get in field goal range for Adam Vinatieri. With 1 minute and 21 seconds and no timeouts, Brady completes numerous passes on this drive to a bunch of different receivers. And I think the famous quote from John Madden was, "They should just kneel it and play for overtime," but Tom had other plans.
Yeah, and little did John Madden know that many years later that Tom Brady would be competing in an overtime game in the Super Bowl, but that set up the dynasty right there for the New England Patriots.
What a great career by one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, Tom Brady. And that will wrap things up here on Terrific Top Plays. I'm Austin DeCouta.
And I'm George Hathaway. Have a great night.